founded at the beginning of the 17th century around a large natural harbor at the mouth of the Charles River on the northeast Atlantic coast of the United States. It is the capital of the state of Massachusetts and a major center of history, American culture, and education. Despite being a small and compact city, Boston has many sites that attract visitors from all over the world. Likewise, it has some of the best seafood restaurants in the country and neighborhoods with plenty of places to eat. Boston has more sites related to the American Revolution than any other city. Freedom Trail connects the most important of these sites, as well as some others that have to do with other freedoms won by Bostonians. This 4 kilometers route runs from Boston Common to Bunker Hill in Charlestown. Peter Faneuil, a wealthy merchant, gifted this Georgian brick landmark to Boston in 1742. As early as 1763, Samuel Adams used the hall as a platform to suggest that the colonies should unite against British oppression and fight for their independence. This is why the building is called the Cradle of Liberty and why the statue of Samuel Adams in front of the building stands tall and proud. Around 14 million people visit this popular shopping and dining area each year. The impressive centerpiece is a Greek Revival building made of granite, and it is called Quincy Market in honor of the mayor, Josiah Quincy, whose idea led to the creation of the new market. The heart of the aquarium is a huge 4-story ocean tank. The exterior of the tank is surrounded by a curved walkway that runs from top to bottom and allows you to see the inside of the tank from different levels. There are colonies of fish of various kinds, penguins, seals, rays, and fascinating sea dragons. One of the best children's museums in the country is in 2 restored 19th century wool warehouses. There are lots of fun things to see and do. Children can play and do learning activities. The art studio has a handy recycling area with barrels of materials that children can use to make their own art projects. The Kid Power exhibit is designed to get kids moving and healthy. The anti-tax protest, known as the Boston Tea Party, took place on December 16, 1773, in Boston Harbor at Griffin's Wharf. Exact copies of the Beaver and Dartmouth, 2 boats that participated, are floating in Fort Point Channel. Visitors can enjoy exhibits and interact as actors dressed in 18th century clothing. The 45-acre Boston Common was purchased from the first settler, William Blackstone, in 1634. For the next 200 years, it was used as common pasture, military training camp, and place to hang people. During the military occupation, British troops camped here. As Boston grew, it became a place where the people could meet and do outdoor activities, just like today. In the 1790s, Beacon Hill was built on land that used to be pasture. Boston's main place of wealth and power was on the southern slope, facing Boston Common. On the north slope and the land that ran down to the mouth of the Charles River, in what is now called the West End, lived merchants, servants, and free people of color. In the 1950s and 1960s, urban renewal removed slums and made the West End a better place to live. The Boston Public Library was the first public library in a large city in the United States. The huge bronze doors represent music and poetry, knowledge and wisdom, and truth and romance. Murals of the quest for the Holy Grail line the book request room, and murals on Judaism and Christianity cover a gallery on the third floor. This masterpiece is considered one of the best churches in the United States. Trinity Church was started in 1733 near downtown Crossing, but in 1871, the congregation moved it to the place where it is currently located. The church is a Romanesque building made of granite and sandstone. It's found on wooden stilts driven into the mud and rock, topped with granite pyramids. When it was built, the Prudential Tower was the tallest building in the Back Bay. The 50th floor skywalk is the most interesting part. It is the only place in Boston with a 360-degree view from above. It's near the top of the Boylston Street Hill, which has great views of the Emerald Necklace Park, the city center, and the sea. The Museum of Fine Arts is the largest art museum in New England. It has a collection of around 450,000 items, from Egyptian artifacts to paintings by John Singer Sargent. The art of the Americas Wing, which cost $500 million, has given the museum a new life. It has 53 galleries and displays more than 5,000 pieces of art. Isabella Stewart Gardner, a determined woman with a lot of money, began collecting art in the late 19th century, and she assembled a famous collection of old masters and pieces from the Italian Renaissance. In 1636, those who ran Boston opened a university. 2 years later, John Harvard died and left all his books to the new university. The leaders gave their name to the school. Harvard is the oldest university in the United States and today is one of the most prestigious places of learning in the world. The Science Museum is geared toward families with children and has more than 700 exhibits, interactive courses on natural history, medicine, astronomy, and the wonders of science. The John F. Kennedy Library is a tall building made of concrete and glass near the mouth of Boston Harbor. A recreation of the Oval Office is part of an exhibition that tells the story of the first 1,000 days of the Kennedy presidency. Boston's history is full of revolutions and changes, and the city remains one of the most forward-thinking and barrier-breaking places. Ever since the 19th century, Boston intellectual elite decided to share the city's cultural wealth with everyone. The arts have thrived. Today, the lucky people who live in and visit Boston enjoy the benefits of that generosity.